Well, Cheye Alexander, give us your reaction to being AFC Wimbledon's first new signing of an exciting new era as they head back to Plough Lane.
It's incredible. It's something I've always wanted. I wanted to get into the league, be a league player, and thankfully the opportunity has come now. And I couldn't be more happier coming to a great club, a big club with a great support. And obviously, like you said, a very exciting year to go into the new stadium and going back home.
When did you become aware of Wimbledon's interest?
This season's been a bit awkward with COVID, but a couple of weeks after everything stopped, the standstill happened, I got a phone call from my agent, and it actually happened quite quick. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks and the deal was done. So I couldn't be more happier. And like I said, I was grateful for the opportunity, but also thankful because my contract at Barnet was over and I've got a new challenge ahead of me.
Was this the right time for you in terms of moving on with your career, you feel?
Definitely. I've had league offers before. I had league offers away from AFC. I just felt everything was right. It was the right time, the right club. And I needed a new challenge. And here we go. It's the start of things to come.
How much of the factors of the new stadium and also being a part of a young and hungry squad for the future, how much were they key factors for you in the move?
Of course, there were many key factors in regards to the manager, assistant manager. I know of them, and I wanted to play for them. And also having a new stadium and the fan base that the club has, that was the biggest thing for me. I love to play in front of crowds, and yeah, that's what kind of made me feel it was the right move.
So let's have a little look at your career so far. Of course, you started out as a youngster with West Ham. What were your kind of memories of there and your influences there at that time?
I started West Ham at a young age. I think I signed with them for first proper contract at 9. I left when I was 18, so I was there for a good amount of time. I had a lot of great coaches that I worked with, just to name a few: Ian Hendon, Nick Haycock, and played with a lot of good players, including Elliot Lee now at Luton, Dan Potts, Luton, Penny Ruddock at Luton. A lot of players that are playing in the league. So I had a very good squad, and yeah, it was great. I learned a lot. Unfortunately, it comes to the end when I was 18, but everything happens for a reason, and I think that was meant to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you left West Ham and before you established yourself with Aldershot, you went to a couple of other clubs. Of course, you had a little bit of time at Port Vale as well. What did you learn about yourself at that time? Was it sort of like, don't stop believing, keep going?
Yeah, I think I've got the mentality to keep going no matter what. And hard work will always get you to places where you want to get to. And went to Port Vale for a year. I did have a 2-year contract, but it only lasted a year just because of financial reasons with the club. And I was kind of in limbo again. I didn't have a club right there to go to. But thankfully, Aldershot come through, and I was at Aldershot for 3 years. And honestly, it was the best part of my career and the most influential part of my career because I learned an awful lot.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, because that was a really positive experience for you being at Aldershot, yeah?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was the first club that I went into and had to fight for my shirt. Got my shirt, and I kept that shirt for 3 years, 3 seasons. And I got to give credit to the manager as well, Gary Wooddock. He's different class. He's my mentor. If I need anything, I'll look up to him. But I learned an awful lot from him, and not just within football and within the game, but life lessons too. And that's held me in good stead up to now.
And of course, when you moved on to Barnet, John still had some good things to say about you there. And now, of course, Barnet themselves, a couple of years later onwards from that, find themselves in the National League playoff semi-finals. Was it a bit of a difficult decision to move on from them, a bit of a sad decision in a way? Of
course. I worked hard along with the team this season, to get in the position they're in now. And it come to the time where I needed to make a decision to continue and play the playoffs or to accept a new challenge and move into the league. And like I said, my aspirations have always been to get into the league, and it was a no-brainer for me. I had to make that decision, and thankfully I have, and I'm excited to get going.
So you can play right back. What other positions as well, and what would you say are your strengths?
Well, to be fair, I think I could play the whole right side. I played right back, right wing back. I've even played right mid. I could also fill in at left back. Again, similar positions, just on opposite sides of the pitch. But yeah, I think I'm quite versatile in that sense. But main position, right back and right wing back for sure.
Have you spoken with the manager so far, and what has he said he wants from you?
He wants what I've been given over the last few years, just hard work, dedication and energy, and that final ball and that impetus to the team to get an assist or get a goal. And I think that's the factors that I bring, and I will bring them this year.
Obviously, of course, predominantly a right back, but is that something you'd look to add to as well if you can, chip in with goals?
Yeah, for sure. In the last 2 or 3 seasons, I've had 5 or 6 goals. So I do chip in with a few, and I do get in the positions for it. So hopefully I get in them positions again this year and a few more go in.
How have you been coping during lockdown? Have you been able to sort of keep up with your training and keep things ticking along?
You have to keep ticking over. If you don't, then you're just going to go 10 steps backwards. But yeah, no, I'm ready to go. I've been training, and the situation has been a bad one for everyone. But you have to take some positives from it. You've got your health, your family is safe, and that's the main thing really. But thankfully that's coming to an end now, and the season can start and we can begin.
In terms of our story, of course, having risen from Combined Counties League to now League One in less than 20 years, going back to its spiritual home, how much did you know about Wimbledon before you joined?
I knew a lot. I've always known of Wimbledon, especially the support. The support's amazing. And again, I'll go back to your recent question. That's one of the factors of me joining this club. I love to play in front of a good fan base, and the fans are the 12th man on the pitch. And going back home, that's going to make a huge difference for the push to get out of League One and into the Championship.
Have you been keeping up with the pictures on social media, of course, of how the new ground is taking shape? Is that exciting?
Yeah, no, definitely. I can't wait to see the finished product. I don't think we're too far off now. So yeah, no, I can't wait to get back in. And the first game in the stadium is going to be incredible. Hopefully, they'll allow a certain amount of fans in at that time when the season starts. Yet to know that, but it'll be great if we could have a small capacity of fans. That'd be amazing.
That's the key thing, as you said. I mean, we are a fan-owned club. It's been driven by the fans all along. What would be your message to them?
Just support the team, not necessarily me. Just support the team and be with us, because obviously, like I said, you're the 12th man and you'll be huge for us this year. But personally, for me, I can bring energy. I'll bring hard work, non-stop, and hopefully, I bring something to the team that improves the team, and I hope I do well for you, basically.
Brilliant. Cheye Alexander, welcome to Wimbledon.
Thank you. Excited to get going.